Hello, we are ready now for chapter 15. We're getting through this. We're on like chapter 30 something, but it's okay. Chapter 15 of The Treasure Hunter's Tale. Sorry, I forgot to say that. When she woke up, it was because little Freddie had dropped a stack of plates and had started to cry, but she soothed him and told him where to find some spare ones, and then watched helplessly as little Freddie busied himself making the sailors some sandwiches and his mother some porridge, as that's all he knew how to make. He worked so hard, bless him, and never stopped until he and his mother had been fed. Then he started the washing up. He had to tiptoe to reach the sink, and in the end got an apple case to stand on. He managed so well, considering, and Miss Beloved of the King felt motherly pride for him. In the evening she felt very rough and needed to have cooling flannels put on her forehead to ease her fever, but by the end of the next day she felt a little better. She decided, after Freddie had gone up on deck to serve the tea, that it would be a lovely surprise and encouragement to Freddie to find her sitting up on the bed when he came downstairs again, so she made the effort to straighten her armour. But you must remember that the armour the king gives you must always wear, even on your sick bed. She bent down to tighten her shoestring, and as she did, something caught her eye. On the edge of the cabin bed there were some markings. She got down on her hands and knees to inspect what they were. As she looked closer, she saw they were pictures scratched into the woodwork. There was a picture of a crown, and a heart, and a globe, then underneath a picture of a present, and then a cross, and underneath that a picture of a group of people kneeling in prayer, and then the next picture she couldn't quite make out. "Oh, Mother, have you fallen?" Freddie sounded genuinely worried as he had come downstairs carrying his tray of empty plates and cups and seen his mother supposedly crumpled in a heap at the bottom of the bed. "No, my dear," reassured Miss Beloved of the King. "Come and look at this," she said. Her voice sounded tired, but there was a flicker of excitement in it, so Freddie put the tray down and came and crouched down next to his mother. "What is it?" he asked. Then, looking closely to where his mother was pointing, "Some pictures," he observed. "What do they mean?" "I'm not sure, dear, but I think it might be a coded message. Can you make out what this picture is of?" "I can't quite make it out." Freddie looked hard. "It looks like a coffin, but it's been crossed out," he said. "Oh, clever boy," cried his mother. "Then the last picture is easy enough. It's a love heart." "What does it all mean?" asked Freddie. Miss Beloved of the King leant back on her heels and then sighed. "I'm not sure, dear. My head is feeling a bit fuzzy from bending down. Help me back onto the bed, please, and then we can think it through." Freddie helped his poorly mother back into bed and looked at her eagerly. She put her hand on his shoulder. "Give me a little while to think, dear," she said wearily. Freddie reluctantly but obediently went to the sink and started washing the dirty plates, but he kept on stealing glances at his mother. He could see she was intrigued but very tired, so he asked the king to help her and then got back on with his work. Miss Beloved of the King had fallen into a peaceful sleep, the kind you have when you're truly starting to recover from a fever, and when she woke she felt so much better. She lay in bed thinking about the pictures and who might have scratched them into the wooden frame of the cabin bed. Suddenly she sat up. "That's it!" she cried. "Freddie, I think I have it." Freddie came running over. "Now, my dear, tell me each picture again, please," said Miss Beloved of the King, "and I will tell you what I think it means." Freddie was quite excited. He knelt down. "The first one is a crown," he said. "And who do we both know who wears a crown?" asked his mother. "The king!" cried Freddie. "Well done, and what's next?" Freddie looked again. "A love heart, like the one at the end," he said. "Oh, well, I think one means love. I think the other one is going to mean life, but let's see." "The next one is a globe," said Freddie, for he had seen a globe in the captain's cabin. "Good," said his mother. "And the next is a present, isn't it?" "I don't know what a present is," said Freddie, "but if you say so, Mother." Miss Beloved of the King's mother heart ached for her boy. To not know what a present is. My, what a sheltered life her boy had led. And oh, what a joy to her to be able to be the first to give him a present, if they ever managed to escape. She would wrap it so nicely and tie a big bow. "Mother," said Freddie, "Mother, are you concentrating?" Miss Beloved of the King snapped herself back to the job in hand. "Sorry, my love," she said. "Now, can you tell me the next picture, please?" Freddie's eyes lit up. "That's a cross, like the one Prince Emmanuel died on, even though he hadn't done anything wrong. I know, because I saw it in my lovely dream of the hill and the nice tall man." "That's right, my darling," said his mother tenderly, and she hugged him tight. "So what do we have so far?" They spoke it out together. The king, love, the globe, present, the cross. "What can it mean?" said Freddie. "Oh, my child, it is a wonderful verse straight from the king's own book, which says, 'For the king so loved the world that he gave his only son,' that's Prince Emmanuel, "'that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life.'" Freddie looked amazed. That's what the last picture means, he asked. The picture of the people praying means believe, and the crossed-out coffin? Shall not die and go to hell, said his mother. A short way of saying that is perish, she explained. But why does the heart mean life this time? Asked Freddie. Well, said his mother, if you look above the heart, I think you will see something. I wasn't sure what it was before, but now I think it is the mathematical sign for infinite, which means going on forever. So, everlasting life, cried out Freddie, and flung his little arms around his mother. So whoever wrote this loves the king too. Yes, Freddie, and I am sure they meant it to cheer those of us who had come after. Freddie sat on the end of his mother's bed and looked thoughtful. What is it, sweetheart? Asked his mother. Well, said Freddie, I would like to carry on this code message thing, so if we ever get out of here, the next person can be encouraged too. His mother was very pleased to see such an evangelist heart in one so young, that Freddie, even though he had had a rough life thus far and had really no hope of ever escaping the boat, wanted to be a source of encouragement to others and tell them about the king. Oh, Freddie, that's a lovely idea. Now, what shall we put? They snuggled on the bed together and thought of the message they would send. It would have to be short and easy enough to scratch into wood, or maybe they could use a different code. That evening, after much deliberation and by the light of the moon shining through the porthole, they scratched their message. I will leave the code for you to discover yourself. So I'll just show you a picture of the code. Hopefully that's nice and clear. And then you can pause the video, write it down and figure it out for yourself. That night, as Freddie sent his thank you message to the king, he thanked him for the message they had found and the message they could give, and prayed that whoever read it would be encouraged and comforted just like they had been. Miss Beloved of the king was also praying, for she was praying for the dear soul who had first scratched that message, and thanked the king for them, and for the hope it gave her that they too may one day leave their message for someone else to see. I've just had an idea. If you would like to put the solution of the code into the comments, the first person who does that, I will send a copy of the book signed. Okay, lots of love. Bye.